Yeah, as soon as you go live, I'll grab
Yeah,
it.
I'm live. Oh, that's what you wait for to get the when I go live. Then you can get a link. Oh, I
Yeah, I
see.
can't get it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't get it until you go live
I
because
got it.
it auto populates another one.
I got it. Cool. All right, we're getting this down pretty well. We got to get our new ad. I gotta get that rolling. I was driving home yesterday. I had to run an errand, and it was probably 4 o'clock, and their ad comes on Bloomberg.
Oh, really?
Yep. I was like, what? I'll be damned. So far I've seen the radio ad on Bloomberg and then the television ad in the playoffs. So they're not fooling around. That's big dope. Okay, so what do we got? All right, we got a few people. Hey, some guy. Aloha. That's a good handle. Some guy. Just some guy.
Sounds like in Hawaii.
Yeah. Audio is okay. Yeah, some people were telling me. George told me that my audio was very low yesterday. I don't think we've changed it much, but I'm glad to see that. Hey, James, Peter. Oh, Pitar. I should say Pitar.
Whenever I updated OBS one time, it changed. Like all of a sudden, they said I was extremely loud.
Oh,
So
I'm looking at my audio. It goes right into the correct zone. I don't know that why it was George was telling me it was bad. So if it's okay, guys, so just let me know if the audio is off. Right, just let me know because I was surprised. We've never had issues with audio. All right, so I got VM, I got Roger Holmes, I got Yako.
Maybe
Right?
Yoko. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's Yoko like Yoko Ono. I think that's Yako. Sam is with good weather. Yeah, I got good weather here in Austin today. Really good. It's nice. All right, you guys know Monte Crypto lives about 45 minutes away from me, which is totally coincidental, right, that we ended up working together. All right, we got a good lineup today, guys. There's some interesting things developing in the market. We got 15-ish. We get a couple more here. Yep. Oh, I like that. Mastodon, be more still, Anada. Bitcoin is peace and fiat is war. Sadly, it doesn't feel. It feels like this is not even close to what potentially is coming on our screens. It's getting a little scary over there. I mean, at this point, right? I mean, Biden's got to give him a way out, right? He's got to find a way out without, the embarrassment, right? Because my guess is he'd go nuclear before he'd withdraw with, disgrace.
Well, he doesn't have much left to lose. I mean, everyone's turning against him. Swipe or whatever it is.
Swift, yeah.
Swift, yeah.
The banking system. Yeah, that was a big blow. There's still some workarounds.
He's got a bunch of, all the allies, NATO and all that are turning against him, calling him a shithead, basically, which maybe he is, I guess. But then you've got, it's like, what does he have to lose?
Yeah, it is. It's tricky, right? I mean, I'm sure we share some of this blame. I had an interesting conversation with Erwin. He's saying, well, the NATO has poked him and aggravated him for years, and finally he had enough. I know it's going to be very interesting to see how this develops, but it's really scary how far this could go.
Yeah, I was talking with my wife about it. She was asking me about it. I'm like, well, he just basically doesn't want NATO bordering him, where they can legally have tanks on his border now.
Yeah.
Russia's a very big, harsh place, so it's hard to attack.
Right.
And so he just doesn't want NATO on his back door.
It's easy to rationalize and say NATO is no threat to him. NATO's defensive, right? But then he doesn't see it that way. Interesting times. Well, it certainly has got the markets roiled, as you might expect. So we've got huge volatility, and I think certainly all of us in crypto are watching the decoupling, as I titled this, that is hopefully not just a temporary flight to Bitcoin as people are freaking out. It's just all a bunch of Russians buying Bitcoin. Hopefully this is more significant than that, because this is I mean, certainly in the, God, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen this kind of major lack of correlation. So it's encouraging, hopefully. We'll see what happens here. But you don't want it to be Bitcoin's rallying because millions of people are dying, right? That's kind of...
I kind of agree with Gregory there, where he said, what would the U.S. do if Russia was allied with Mexico? Or, someone said,
good point, Gregory.
What if China allied with Mexico and Canada, and we just had to be like, oh, well, you can't do anything about it, else you're a dickhead.
Yeah, but would we attack Mexico to push them back? It's dicey, right? There's no easy. It's not a binary situation, right? It's just. Right. But that is a good point, Gregory. It's interesting. It's a very interesting time. Dangerous time is really what it means.
Yeah.
But for us as traders, you love it or hate it. I mean, and I've advised most of our day traders to switch to micros because the unknown variable is so extreme. All right, so for traders, right, it's a good time to be mindful of risk control, right?
I think it played out. I said this in Monty's Corner. When everyone was kind of risk off once they invaded, because that was the low. But it's like, do technicals outweigh news? Which news can always exaggerate a move.
Yeah.
But to me, the technicals were saying bottoming. It was the lower end of the range. And so I think it kind of left a lot of people on the sidelines because they were risk off. Because they're like, well, shit, if this thing pops off, Bitcoin would just go straight to 20K. That's what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
But technicals were saying, we've been, for the last however many months, we were saying, hey, when it gets down here, that's where you want to look at it. That's where you want to buy. You want to be a buyer.
Well, that's the classic trader's conundrum, right? You've been waiting for that technical low. Now it comes in the face of major geopolitical conflict. So can you still step in and buy it? Right? That's the that's what makes it so hard to do, right? So if you did, you've been well rewarded, and shorts are scrambling to cover, which is giving it more legs. So it's not the ideal scenario to be trading in, but it does create opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, would a robot have taken it? Yes, because they don't know the news. So
exactly, right. It's a good.
If you're a trader, you have to. Think like that.
Yeah, you have to, because if you try and, as I've kind of stressed this lately, is if you try to outthink or think through what the market's going to do, you're almost always going to be wrong. So, All right, guys, enough chit chat here, although it is extreme times here. So I've got, you guys know the drill. Looks like mostly regs, right? We poll the members, ask them for what assets they're looking at, and then we go through them together. It's a chance for us to kind of, see how they're doing with the TA. Lots of opportunity for setups that those of you that watch regularly, we can't scan everything. So I think you get a lot of ideas here, and then I try and throw in a nugget or two. Rarely am I correcting counts. It's more if I'm making any modification, it's maybe just to throw in another alternate to think about. So we're going to start out here with Bitcoin, and this is James M, right? Most of you guys would know. Well, of course, all members know. Very skilled Elliottian, and he's become more than just an Elliottian, right? He's really embraced everything that we teach, and half the time he's sending me things or correcting me on something. And this is one that he spotted. He sent this to me the other day. I didn't quite follow it, but now that I've looked at it here, this is really pretty interesting. So this is a little bit of this is for your hopium stack. But it's interesting, right? It's not insignificant. Now, I've changed it a little bit just so you could see it. So what we have here, what's the right way to do this? So from swing low to swing high here, we have an extension. We go to the negative 3.5, which is what the key number that he's keying off of. So we get this range expansion here, which is all, I call it the wolf range just because that's how it was taught to me. So we're just identifying a range. So as we now, trading view. As we come back here, now this is the range we're using. All right, that's the initial swing before we get a pivot, right? So then it's range expansion beyond that. Now this is the one that he's identified here. It's moving in halves. So we have, here's the range, here's 50, 100, 150, all right, all the way up. And we get just a little squirt beyond the 3.5 here, which is interesting. It's exactly what we did here. Look, just a little bit past the 3.5, we did almost the identical thing here, although here we get a new high here, or pardon me, we get the high here, and then slightly after we get a lower high, we get just the opposite here. We get a little high past that pivot. Interesting. So then if I think it's best to draw it for you. So if I take this 3.5 here, now if I extend it from what is potentially the low here, you see how he's put it over here. And now we start to look up to where the 3.5 would be up here, puts us right there. Right, see, here's the 3.5. If we're going to replicate, now that's a big fucking if we're going to do that. But that wouldn't surprise me at all. That would put that's a target at 150. Seems quite reasonable. And now you just look at it and you go, okay, well, would that make sense from an Elliott perspective? Yeah, sure would. Sure would be a clean count. Now the question is, do we have a low, right? This is what we're all wondering, right? And have been wondering for months. Now, could that be the low? Yeah, it absolutely could be. So it's going to be a little trickier here to get this to fly as a 1-2, right? Because it looks like, but you know, we'll see how far that goes and what kind of legs we have here. And you know, the wild card here we talked about a little bit yesterday here. And the more Russia or Russian, or you know, Russia in this circumstance flees to crypto to get around the sanctions, the more likely we are to see regulatory issues start to be on the forefront. So whatever your opinion is about getting regulation in crypto, you know, I have mixed feelings about it. You know, here's how I view it. It's going to come eventually. So let's just fucking get it over with. Let's get the known out of the unknown. Let's get the regulation so we know what it is. And then we can move on past that uncertainty, that potential variable that's always in the background. What are they going to do? As I've always said, there's only a few things that could derail, well, Bitcoin, crypto. And we've got two of them are in the background now. Number one, right? Well, I suppose nuclear, right? If we've got nuclear bombs going off, I don't you know, maybe what it's doing to Bitcoin is the least of our problems. But that would certainly be a problem. Power grid goes down, right? You're not going to be able to do much with your Bitcoin if the power goes down. And or government intervention. Right, those are the three that have always been lurking in the background. We've got two of the three floating around a possibility that we hadn't even really considered 2 weeks ago or a month ago. So now we rally in the face of that. Interesting. Okay, so this is more like I guess the benefit here, and I've shown this in many videos, it's just another algo that's likely playing here. So it's just a range expansion algo, as I've said many times. There's no possible way for us to even have an inkling of how many algos are running in these markets. We focus on these two because we can identify them, right? The measured move, right? Pioneered by David Halsey, and then the just the range expansion, which again, essentially everything I teach is everything that was taught to me. But then, you know, you have experience with it, so you learn. So the way I communicated it would be slightly different than the way it was communicated to me. So that's ultimately what we're doing. You know, you learn, you pass it along, take the best, leave the rest. This is very interesting though, because it gives us that target that's so in line with the Elliott count. If right. So as he says, only possible if the low holds here. If this is going to be our 4, right? Then we're just looking at range expansion going back up. Right here, start ratchet them up. I think the other thing that's in here, if you want to put some stake into this, if we do it this way here, look at so we get the confluence here. We're getting the 3.5 here. He already actually had it. I just drew it for you. So length of the 1 projected from the proposed wave 4 low. Now look at the confluence here. So we have the -3.5 here, this relationship that we had projected from that, if that's the low, right on top of the 100, the length of the 1. Kind of interesting, right? So that would be a target. This would not surprise me at all. Right there, right now you complete the Elliott count. And everybody's happy. Okay, so thanks for showing that, James. I looked at it when you sent it to me, and I was like, what? I couldn't quite make sense of it, but I dug into it today. Always a good one to keep in mind, right? It's the one that you forget to check. Oh, I didn't check the Wolf range. Because a lot of times if the Elliott is, what the fuck? You grab the Wolf range here, often you'll unlock it. Okay, so we got that. Then I got Chris NL with AAVE. He likes this one. So let's see what's going on with AAVE. Oh, looks like all of crypto is popping today. Sorry. Oh, all right. All right, Chris. Oh, so we got some order blocks in here. Well, we got all sorts of goodies in here. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm here. Clearing the allergies. Okay, so, oh man, we got a lot. Let's see. So did you draw these, or are you having them using an indicator? Looks like you drew them. Oh shit, man. Okay, this is a lot to decipher here. So, okay, we're gonna have to do some real training on the order block theory and smart money concepts here. That's kind of in the works right now. So I'm gonna need to. Oh shit! How am I gonna get this down so we can look at it? I want to. Oh fuck! Maybe he's got it here.
You should have it in his object tree. You could just click everything.
Yeah, that's. Oh, is there a way to click everything? Oh, wait a second.
I've tried to show you before, but you basically you go to the object tree and then you click the very top one, and you click and then you hold shift.
Oh,
and
yeah.
push the bottom one.
Oh fuck me. Hang on. God damn it. I fucked it up. I did something wrong there. I don't know what I did there. I'm going to start again. Somehow I just shrunk it. What the hell did I just do? I just did something there.
I don't know. It's not caught up yet.
Something. It just shrunk it.
Oh. You
what did I do?
Press Control plus. You just zoomed out on your monitor or your.
Something I did there. Okay, I don't know how I managed to do that. All right, Chris NL, I'm trying to get this here, but it's so much shit on there, which listen, I like that you've got all that on there. Oh, this is mine. I'm going to do a copy here. But it's hard for me to dig in there and kind of work through it. All right, we'll get there. Yeah, that's a bit much here. So let's see if I can do it. Let's try again. See, but it's doing all that. That's the problem. So something's.
Have you saved it yet? Oh, you're just doing it now.
Yeah, I'm just in there. If I go here, if I click here, see how it's putting it all on the left. So that something's off there. All right, so let me. Ah, shit. Here we're losing it. Okay, let me. Come on, god damn it! Why can't I get rid of this? Why can't I get rid of it? What is wrong here? I've made the copy. That's the copy. I can't get rid of these.
Yeah, you just have to. You're gonna have to click the eyeball on all of them, unless you.
Up. All right, here I'm gonna have to. Oh, shit, Chris, you kind of fucked me up here, man. I don't know what I'm doing here. I got too many order blocks here, so let's get the order blocks out so I can at least look at the Elliott count here before I lose everyone who's watching. God, we might have to edit this out. Okay, I want to read this. But I got it. Jesus Christ. Why is double? There we go. All right. Let's see if I can make do with what we got here. Chris, I love all the detail there, but that's a tough one to work with here. Okay. And plus I'm in log scale, which kind of fucks me up here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got a clear 5 up. I've gone, no, it's good work. ABC. Okay. So I've got a WXY into the X. And I'm going to finish with an ABC. So the broad structure here is A, B, C. Right, just a 3 after a 5, right? Pretty straightforward. So coming out of this, he's looking for that. So 1, we're right in the pocket, right, as he's noted here, right where you'd anticipate the 2. A little to the bag at the 50, hit the golden zone, got a full fill. So he's been buying in here, right? Good for him, right? Well done. Potential area for the next add-on. Okay, so I got it. So I'm on a 6-hour. Let me go to an hourly here. See if I can get in there. All right, so here we are between the 50 and the golden zone. Here's where he's looking to, looks like that's going to be, no, it's not locked. All right, so if that's the low, all right, let's get in there. Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks clean. 3 down to a 50 to the tick, ALGO target. Not quite there yet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that would be surprising. Let's see, do we have to count this differently? No, that's where you want the 2 right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so you got it. You're gonna have to go 1, 2. Here, let's label it up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Now, are we done here? Kind of looks like it. All right, so we can maintain the internal impulse right there, clear as a bell. Yeah, that's pretty deep here, and we take this out. Then we know. Well, so as soon as we take this out, then we know we have a pivot. Right? We don't quite have it yet, but 1, 2 seems unlikely. You're just grabbing. Oh, here this just is right here. They're just grabbing liquidity down there, running stops. Would seem that that's what's happening there. 4, 5. So you may not get it. You may not come out. You may not get there. It would be surprising. Or if it's going to get it, so it's unrealized. So this algo is still in the market. So your next play here, as he's identified, right? He's already. Chris knows what he's doing. All right, so so the next time we come down here, right, here's the next reload, which is what he's talking about as a reload zone. Because if it's going to be 1, 2, and we're going to look for a 3, well, we didn't get the algo off of this, but we get it here, then we're going to have a secondary target here. So you're going to have 2 targets right here, first targets. But if this is 1, 2, and this is a 3, we're looking for way more, right? You'd be your target for this, as he's got it right here, right? Nice job, Chris. So he's already got it. 1, 2, and so what's missing? All right, just the geometry, which he may have. I don't shit. I'm just. Right, so it's such a reflex for me that as soon as I got 3 pivots, I want to draw it. So if we do this, right, you might draw a second one here. But right now, this is the algo you're playing, and so these are the 3 that you'd want to focus on. Let me get that right on there. So this is. Oh, are you giving me, I guess it's trend line, but that's not uncommon to run a trend line here on the edge of the corner of the median lines for, it's often done kind of like this, right? So you get almost like a pitch fan, but it's just another variable. So if we come down here and you hit that trend line, well, remember trend line is always potentially, because this is what retail will sit here and look at that and say, oh, if it comes down here, I want to buy that. Well, be mindful of the fact that can be a liquidity grab here. So you could go deeper here. So I wouldn't be just with a limit right here. Now, if you get here and you get the reaction, that's what you want to see, right? If I get a little pop, then I can tuck in here with a very low risk. But I want to see that reaction. I don't want to just sit here with a limit order. Give me the reaction. Good. Now I got a tight stop. I'm already in profit here. This is actually a good example here. So if you're long off of this, off of this reaction here, well, if we get to here, now you're working with some house money here. So you can go, but you don't want to give it all back, right? So you can go here. You got to decide, because your probably average price is going to be in this range here. So if you add there, where do you want your stop? Right? You wouldn't want to let that turn into a loser. So minimum here, I'd be just below the 786, because that's probably going to be an average fill for you. I'm approximating, right? So somewhere in that range. So but of course, right, we'd be mindful of what shape this takes. Right? Do we get a 3? If we get a 3, then all the better, right? If it's just straight down, I wouldn't buy it. Or if I get a nice little ABC, yeah, I'd buy it. And then you could just recreate the same thing. I'm on an hourly. Right, you'd say, okay, if this is going to go off at a different angle, then I might get it there, and then this one we just hide it, right, as if it's going to move this direction. I wouldn't lose track of that one, because depending on how high it goes, right, that might still come back into play. So shit, if I bring it back here. Can I bring it back? Yeah, there it is. Right, so if we start really accelerating here, you could end up hitting the first one here. Oh, so then you'd have kind of a running parallel kind of a thing right here, right? Running on the edge of it using the second one. It might be kind of interesting, right? So you got all sorts of TA to work with here, but we don't have this yet. Right now we've just got the 5, and looks like you're just, maybe that's the A. You're just getting the B. You're looking for the C. It comes down here. Yeah, well, you'd have structure here. Probably play off of that. Nice setup, right? So then you say, why would I not? What's wrong with it? Why would you not want that trade? So if you're in crypto and you're looking for an alt and you've got dry powder and you're looking for a setup, I mean, why would you not take that trade? Right? You got a clear 5 down. 5 of the 5 finishes it. You're technical. You've got the first 5 in. If you get a retrace into the 3, what are you waiting for? I mean, the only reason you wouldn't take that is because you like something better. Certainly not because you don't have just a stellar setup here. It's the only reason, right? Or you're fully invested, you have no dry powder, right? Otherwise, that's right out of the playbook. Nice one, Chris. I can see why you like that one. I wish I could have dug into more of your stuff here, but you kind of threw me on the first one. All right, we're back on track here. Hang on, I'm hot. Man, I got to heat up. Turn my fan on. All right, where are we? Okay, so we're back to James M. Let's look at ETH because we haven't looked at that. Just a dumb idea, just in case. Okay, dumb idea. There are no dumb ideas. Just ideas. He wouldn't post something dumb. So we're looking top left for ETH. Oh shit, I gotta make a copy. Do you know, every time I do these, right, I have like 1,000 chart templates because every time I make a copy of these guys, I end up with quite a collection. Okay, so we are top left for a crazy idea. Don't take this seriously unless something bad happens. That's interesting. Here's a little scenario for the Vegas wave to keep rolling. Well, hang on. Look at the market snap back. All right, so what did Bitcoin do? Now sell off a little bit. They're moving in opposite directions. Okay, so we've got a 3WXYXZ. Yeah, this is a bitch in here. We've been through this a couple of times. WXABC. That plays. That's beautiful. ABCDE. Why is this so crazy? It seems very reasonable to me. So we'd bring in a 4 down here. Well, only unless something bad happens, like a war. I mean, we got bad things happening. Now, what's it going to do to crypto? I don't think this is a crazy idea at all. I think this is actually pretty clever. Okay, so the balance here is not great, right? But market doesn't always give you great, right? So there's your first one. Boy, this is right on the money, right? See, you got an ABC here with an impulse ABC, right? We looked at almost identical to Bitcoin, right? So could you call it a flat? You could. James, I don't think there's anything crazy here. You got a nice trend line coming down here. All right, if we get there, so for DE, for the X, now we'd be looking for 3 to finish that, right? That would be the playbook. Looking for that to finish, to come down and test these lows. That's reasonable as hell. I don't think that's like crazy at all. So put it back together. All right, so let's pull out and look at it on the larger time frame. How does that play? I'm not sure why you don't like this. I think this is fucking gorgeous. What's left, right? Let's see how we'd end up here. I got wolf range. I don't know. This is our 3. Prior 3-4 would be an area of interest. Well, the 1-2 is new. We're kind of stuck with that. I think you could do it this way just as easily, right? I think James and I have talked about that. It's where's the 1? Where's the 2 of the first leg, right? So this is the deepest thing you've got to work with. I think it flies just as well this way. I think that's how I have it counted, but this is no problem here. It's just that's a mighty skinny 2. 3, 4, 5. So what's different here is you guys would note here, unlike Bitcoin, where the implication is that this is part of the correction and we're doing this before we go. Note here, because of the way he's counting this, unlike Bitcoin, now there are many Elliotticians that think that we completed the fifth right here of, could be the 3, could be a 1. So if we're coming here and this is corrective, I'm sorry, now I see it. Okay. So because he's putting the top in here and this is the correction, well, we could certainly go deeper. So I think that's what his implication if something bad happens, that we're going to go down here, but this would be the dominant 3. So it's a different count than Bitcoin. I think this got to be a contender, right? It's perfectly valid, right? You got to. This is easier to play here, not much, but just barely. It's almost identical. It's literally identical chart. Oh, it gets a little different here because you got that big liquidation wick in Bitcoin. But coming down here, this is... So the problem is you've got very difficult... You don't have a lot of choices here how to deal with that. I think that's got to be in the rotation. I don't think that's crazy at all. Right, bring the X down here. Well, I wouldn't go there just yet, but if this starts to come down here and we get this in a 3, boy, that's going to start to look pretty good. But so why would Ethereum be selling off, right? So that means Bitcoin's selling off. They're not likely to go in opposite directions. So is the big dog here going to wag it, or is the tail going to wag it? That's a good count, though, James. Very good. So I'd keep that in the rotation. I don't think there's an actionable item here unless you're selling. Well, that would be the implication. So you'd be looking to be a seller here, looking for that 3 to come down. Right, 3. Right. So the whole premise is that there's another low to go. I would probably be very conscious of that. If that breaks, you got a couple to break here. This will be just a big attraction for liquidity, right? Because there'll be stops there, right? We know that, right? There'll be stops here, there'll be stops here. So if they drive it down, you could kind of see why they might do it, right? Maybe there's a little push for liquidity here. One to watch for. I don't think that's your primary, James, though. I think you've got an alt. That's because I haven't seen that from you. So this is just another alt to be in the mix. That's good stuff, though. Very, very well thought out. And just dealing with this best you can. All right, let me keep moving. Pizza Man, I got AM3D. What? Let's say this out. Is that crypto? AM3D? I don't think so. What is AM3D?
Looks like a German SLM Solutions.
Is Pizza Man from Europe? I guess he is, actually. Okay, AM3D. I think he's given us this one before, come to think of it. Okay, that's the daily. So let's pull out here. Oh, we got a lot. Holy shit! Where did that come from? Oof. Well, whatever we did here, it's hard to miss this. Hard to miss the 5 down. Okay, so we've got a great candidate here for a hard low. Interesting. Oh God, look at the geometry here. From this pivot to this pivot to this pivot. Right, that's remarkable. Well, I can see why you're drawing here, Pizza Man. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get her done. So you got to go 3, 4, 5. A. W, X, Y into the B, right? Some very nice, right? You're just making do with what's there. Right? I don't know how any other way you could count that, right? So it has to be, because of this leg, you have to do it that way. You're kind of forced into it with that move, right? So it's because it comes back to a new high. So you got to go A, B, C, W, A, B, C, X, A, B, C to get the Y into the B, and then it's just kind of a cluster F, but a free fall, right? Lower lows all the way down. See, something like this, it almost, you don't, I wouldn't, bend over too hard to try and count that. Or it's really uncountable. I mean, shit. I mean, you'd probably come up with something. I don't think it really matters, right? So you've got a candidate here for a low after this mess. Oh God, is there even something we could put in there? So you've got this insanity.
So it's a metal 3D printing. It's selective laser melting, and they 3D print with aluminum, steel, titanium.
Fuck.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That's interesting. So, this is just a nightmare. It's really an ABC. It looks to me like you have to. Fuck, I don't think you. Well, maybe you can do it here. 1, 2. See, this is a real problem. So you got to go 1, 2 or AB. Here, let's try and label it if we can. If this is 1, 2, you have to do it here, but then you don't get the overlap, right? So you're a little fucked. I don't think you can't go 3 here. It would be too short. So you've got the slop fest here, which would make I'd want to see the first something take shape here. So you just have no Elliott shape here. I mean, maybe at a higher degree something, but if it's not there, it's not there, right? It's not always there. So I would not really worry about this, right? So I would just work off of the structure here. So I've got a good pivot here. Now, do I get, I'm on a 4-hour, so maybe 30-minute to an hour. I'd want to see something that resembles a 5 here. I would not, so if I'm going to be accommodating to the slop here, I want a good clear 5 that comes off of it. I don't know that I see that. It's a 1 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Subdivision, right? Of course, it's not going to be there right at this degree, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's no subdivision into that. So that's already a little bit iffy. Okay, I got 5 pivots. Higher highs, higher lows all the way. Looks like that could be an ABC. So before I even would venture in there, I'd want to be, you got a little gap down here that might fill. So this is where you probably have opportunity for entry, and it fits in pretty nicely here. Trading view. And we come down into something like that. Oh, you could kind of see this being an area that would be in play. Look at the gap we have here. So no business done here. It's right through. Oh, really? You could just do it like this, right? So now you'd be looking for 5 here, right? So do we have it? Right? This is shaky here. If that's AB and I'm already at a 60, can I get 5 down into this, or are we going to have to head much lower, right? So catch this. Oh, it's probably an order block right here. I'd actually come to think of it, I'd prefer, if I was going to take this trade, I'd want to see it down here with very low risk, right, at the pivot. So if we're going to come down into this order block here and we're going to go 786, 887, something along those lines, okay, then I might take that, right, with a stop under that pivot. But I can't say that this is a particularly juicy setup, because you've got, even if you tried to do something like this, maybe we got a diag there. Looks like you might be able to finish that. There's a 5. But it really wants to go ABC. That's the problem. So, looks like this would have to be A, B, C. So you'd have to truncate that so you could get that last 5 in. Well, of everything we look at, okay, it's a contender, right? And Pizza Man may just, we were looking for charts this morning, may have just thrown that up because he had something here. But my guess is that wouldn't be at the top of your watch list, Pizza Man. Let's see what we've got. ILHA. All right, I appreciate the chart, though. Interesting one. This is his second one, ILHA. What is this one? He must be in Europe. Must be. Okay, Pizza Man. LHA. No idea. Okay, let me pull back here. What the heck we got here? Oh, you're giving me a daily already. We're not in log scale, so that helps. Okay, so let's get a grip on it. Oh, we're coming. We got a lot of history here. So this must be trading on another exchange. Shit, do I have to go weekly here? I might have to go. Let's go to the 3-day here.
I think it's Lufthansa, the airline.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
German
okay.
airline.
Okay. Wow, what a range. Okay. So you know what's happening down here. Now let's see. It's mighty deep. Well, odds are, right, this is all just they're grabbing stops, right? So these are all, I mean, do we have to wonder where the stops are? Right, so that's likely what's happening down here. Now this is a little retest, and it's got a pretty good reaction coming off of that. Let's go to the 4-hour. All right, he's done the detail work for us here. So A, B, yeah, I'm with you there because you've got, you can see the 5 that comes down here. So you got to account for this, right? There's the classic 4 going sideways. So the A, B, C makes sense. Here's the last up. So we go up 5 and down 5. 1, 2, good detail work here. He's done the subdivision. 1, 2, 3. We're going to triangle that? Whoa. That looks dicey. Can we pull that off there? Well, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, let's let that go. Let's because it looks like that's 5. Well, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the A, B, C, D, E. So it's a little bit, you're on the edge here of. That's a 5. Well, so in a triangle, right, we'd be you can't go 5, 3, 3, 3, 3. So you'd be looking to turn this into a 3, and then it's just we're a little on the edge here, Pizza Man. But I see what you're after there. That's not a grab, but none of these have been particularly good, right? So it's just there are times where it's just not going to play Elliott ball, right? And that's one where you're like, okay, there's maybe something here, but that's 5. Is that a 3? There's a 3. There's a 3. There's a 3. It's a little funky there. Okay, but we finish with the 5 here, and so we get an impulse to finish, even though we have that deep 4. WX, ABC into the Y. So we got a little reaction down here. So what are we reacting to? Is it technical? Oh, sometimes just the easiest thing here is why here? Oh, we're hitting those. Seems like this is the market has been reacting to this area right in here. So I see what he's looking at there. Now here it looks like that's is that golden zone? See, these guys have different colors, so I have to draw them just to see. Yep, we're right there. I wasn't exactly surprised to see that. God, is that not amazing? Right to it. Okay, so here's the entry. Now, you've had a little reaction there. You can already see it, right? So you've had the little pop, right? So you know what's happening here, right? That we don't have to wonder what's happening there. We know that's an algorithm responding. Doesn't mean it'll hold, but we understand why, right? The question is, well, why does it stop there? And he's got a lot of work to do to get out of there. So, okay, so you have a candidate for a technical pivot, but it's just that, right? So you would want to have some sense of a trend change. Right now, I got a hard fall, and it's lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, all the way down. Nothing that says that we don't just keep going, right? If we just keep lower lows and lower highs all along. So while it's nice, right? If you're a scalper, you'd be in and out already, but. If you're going to try and play this here, there's no reason to necessarily pick the turn, right? I mean, you can see here he's looking for the little reactions. Doesn't look like he'd be in yet. we're on a 4 hour. So maybe you go down to a 5 minute and try and get a little baby 5, right? Can be a diag, something, so that if you're taking the next retrace, you've at least created the potential for a higher low. Now, do I get the higher high? Well, you can remember every pivot is a potential roadblock, right? So this is the first thing it's going to have to deal with, right? It's going to have to get up here because the people that sold, right? So you think it through. So we have breakout traders here that are short off of that pivot, right? That's where they went short, right? Here's the breakout. So when it starts to come back at them, what do they have to do, right? They're likely to start covering. Oh. Right, so this is the first hurdle they have to get through. So maybe you come out of here with some sort of a 5 gets us going here. So again, it could be a diag, maybe an impulse, but just something to say, oh hey, I got the ingredients of a trend change. That's not enough, right? So we can't call this a low until we get something to compare it to. Right now, it's just another low in that series of lower lows. So if I can get something where I can say, oh, hey, got a higher high. Oh, now can I hold the higher low? Because every potential higher, it's common sense, right? So every potential, oh, maybe I got a higher high, right, could just be more in the series. There's no way to define it until I get that. Now I've got a potential. All right, here's a little break of structure here. I've got a low. I've got a higher low. Now do I get, well, here, now I got a higher high. But remember, right, so that's the ingredients here now of a trend change. But it sure does also look like could be an ABC. So now context comes in. Well, wait a second. Wait, could it be an ABC? Well, wait, if this is WXY and I've finished it as a 3, am I looking for a 4, 5? No. Could it turn into 1? Yeah, of course. Right? Anything's possible. But the reason you might take that trade, and if you got that, now you confirm, right? So now I got a higher high, right? So I broke here. Now if this starts to retrace, same question, right? Could that still be an ABC? Well, yeah, it could. But right, we don't get certainty. What do we get? We get probability. Give me that or something like that. You got to take that. So if you don't take that, what's the alternative? Well, I wanted to wait and see if I got that 5. Okay, so you got your 5. Right now, are you going to stay on top of it here? So when it does this here, look at the high volume node, are you ready for that? If you waited for this, right, that would be the safer way to do it. More conservative, right? How much are you really leaving on the table? Rather than trying to be the hero and pick the turn, or wait for the retrace. 629 to 660. You left 30 cents on the table. Now, we don't know that it's going to do that perfectly, but it just in theory. That's always why I try and tell you, you don't need to be the hero down here. Do I like it? Do I do it? Yeah, I do, right? But always with very tight money management and never over with more size than I'm comfortable with. So yeah, you can get the react. It's almost better for a scalp, right? To get trade the reaction. For a trend change, there's more to it than that. But you can't, right? So you can't possibly distinguish whether it's an ABC or just a, the start of a 1, 2, 3 without context. You can't. How would you know, right? There's no way to know. So the only thing you can do here now is say, okay, well, what else is going to be a hurdle here? Well, every one of these pivots is going to have an algo attached to it, every single one, right? So here's the first one it has to get through. Break that. Now you got to go to that one. Break that. Well, shit, you'd be checking these, but here's the dominant. So you're not out of the woods here yet in terms of a trend change until you got that going on, until you get here. Right here, you're playing your 80%. So really, here's the trade, right? So you wait, right? You let it tick the pivot here. Okay, maybe it holds, maybe not. Are we hitting? So you'd be looking, say, is there something here that it's hitting? Oh, shit, is that it? Let's get these out of the way. Looks like he's got that. He's one step ahead of me. Looks like he already had it, right? Are we finishing here? Now, I just noticed that. But do you see that is tick to tick? Swing, retrace, golden zone. Splits, I'm not sure what he's got on there, but splits those moving averages right to target where it runs into the... So do you see we went from one golden zone exactly right to the next golden zone? It wouldn't surprise me at all if this was another one. Well, looks like on this one here, they broke it there. You just, well, shit. Right. So looks, if we, well, let's see what happened first. So it started here. This went to the 50. Then we came down here. So yeah, you would have to move it there where you do get a slight. Ooh, that's about as slight as they get. That's pretty damn close. Let's get that right on there. I might hold it if I'm on the pivot. Right there. Do you see it? Okay, so let me open that up so you can see it. What just happened here? So we go. I mean, this guys. I'm literally giving you the keys to the market here, right? If you just okay, well, look. Right, so I have no fucking idea. I've never looked at this chart before. It doesn't matter. They all trade the same way. Swing, retrace, golden zone, target. Swing, golden zone, target. Swing from the low, golden zone, right? Where's that target? Way up here. Can it get through all that? Well, it's going to have to. But this is what I talk about. You hear me say things like, "Oh, they don't fucking care." Trust me, they don't care because they get paid so obscenely when they get a sequence like this that they don't care if they lose the next one. They don't care. Eventually, they're going to find this kind of a groove here, and that's so profitable to them that, oh, shit, we broke on this one? Oh, fuck, who cares, right? So they'll do the same thing, right? The exact same thing will happen this way. Between the 50 and the golden zone, target. Between the 50 and the golden zone, target. It's just over and over and over and over again, and the vast majority of traders are completely blind to it. They don't know it's there. Does that give us an advantage? I hope you're going in the back of your head, holy shit. We're way past the point where that's coincidental, right? We don't, right? I mean, this, again, it's a 4-hour chart of Lufthansa. I had never looked at it before, right? But every pivot damn near is related to this algo. Add some geometry, right? Is it in context? You should be salivating right now. If this is the first time you've seen this, you should be rock hard. Oh, yeah, I'm getting off track here. Okay, let's go to your boy DYL. All right, good stuff today. Oh, we're going white. Okay, I got to adjust to that. I like the white. I used to do only white. I think I switched because I had glare. I was in one of my offices. I had more glare on it. I used to do all white all the time. Okay, so I don't mind the white. It's just your eyes have to adjust. Okay, FUBO TV, FUBO. This is like a Roku kind of competitor, isn't it?
Let me look.
I think FUBO, I think it's like a Roku kind of I could be wrong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so nice leading diet. Oh, okay, good. Right, so a little note here, right, because we are in log scale. So the length of one, so the 3 is longer than 100% because we only have to get there arithmetically, not logarithmically. 1, 2. I'm gonna just a hunch.
Yeah, it looks like.
Okay.
Kind of like a Roku, but it mainly does live sports, and they do gaming as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Mine should be getting fucking blown today, right? Look at that corner pocket. FUBO TV. Never looked at them. Never looked at their chart before. How's that? That is a textbook tick to tick golden corner pocket. Right out of, I mean, look at the last 2 charts. I've never looked at those assets before. Does it matter? Nope. Look at that. Come on. I want a round of applause or something. Like, holy shit. I mean, how many fucking times do I have to show this before people are going, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I can't make the trades for you. I can just show it to you over and over and over again to where you go, you know what? On this one, well, here was the 80% right here. Right here was the first pop. Look, here's the algo target right here. So we popped the 80% and got the algo target out to the side, right? So this is why you don't want to take them off. You don't want to lose them and go, oh, I'll forget about that one. I'll just draw another one here, right? Because that one already got its 80%. How about that? All right, did we get it here? So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, right? There's a lot of different ways to trade the market. The reason we keep showing this, we teach this out of all the different ways we could teach the market. This is pretty much a master class in it right here. And it's not me, I'm not doing anything. I'm just showing it to you. But I can tell you this, right? When these were revealed to me, I couldn't sleep. I was just devouring content. I just couldn't get enough of it. We're going to get here. Would you bet? So having seen that, now would you bet against that getting there? I don't know that I would. Now we're getting we're on the edge here in terms of the distance from this. So I might be starting to look over here. Right. So because we have, look, we've got equal highs here, right? So we know this is resistance. So does anybody want to guess what's likely there? Just a hunch. What did we hit right there? Probably just a series of coincidences. There's their target. Right, so you look there, okay, well, it's something corrective. What comes off of it? Because at this point, you're kind of going, well, I'm looking for, oh shit, I'm in white here. I'm looking for a 3 to come off of that. Did I get a 3? How about that? There's my 80%. So, shit, you guys can't see this. That's the problem with white. So you can't, it's hitting the algo target as it hits the median line. There's your 80%. Sideways into the 4. Oh, does that look like a 4? Kind of looks like a 4. Right down. Where do we go? Right to the 1618. Right where it's about to run into the next golden zone. Do you see how this just over and over and over and over? It's the same thing every day, always. Now, there are times like we just looked at a couple of charts where the Elliott was like, fuck, I don't know. Fuck, what is that, right? Like, how are you going to do that subdivision? Do you need it, right? Do we need the Elliott here? You don't need it. Does it help, though? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Because it's a pain in the ass to have to learn all that, memorize all that. Holy fuck, right? I got to go through all of that. Can't I just put the lines on? Well, it gives you the context. So that you know, hey, after that 5, oh, look what I got. I got a leading diag right into a perfectly technical pivot. What would I be anticipating? If I just knew a little Elliott, after a 5, what am I looking for? Well, now you'd like to see something, easy, an ABC. Now, this has got some complexity in it, but at the end of the day, it's just a big fucking 3, and it goes right to the golden zone. I hope people. I always kind of want to be there when people are seeing it for the first time. That's the reaction I just love, right? Because I remember my reaction. Yeah, boy, DL, that's good stuff there, man. As to a trade here, well, let's look down here, right? Is it time to be looking long? No divergence, right? At the R. Oh shit, do I have RSI down here? Oh yeah, I do. All right, so I got. It's hard for me in white just because all of my colors that I'm in my palette are all teed to being black, so you guys can't see it. Well, there we just tagged the 50. All right, it's not always golden zone, right? The algo fires at the 50, right? So don't just sit here, oh, I was waiting for the golden zone. Here, look at the reaction we're having off of the 50, right? And so why would you think that might be done? Context. Did you give me RSI? Oh, RSI's up here. I got it. Okay. I'm used to looking down below. Okay, so... Well, you got pretty sexy divergence there. Now, of course, this can roll over and head back down again. You don't know. What are we on? We're on a daily here. MACD looks like, wouldn't be a shame if that were to cross over. 2 hour here. Can we get into there? I know this gets a little hard to see. That's quite a reaction wick, right? So what would cause that kind of reaction wick? Algo. 1, 2, 3. Is that one? That's kind of. I don't know that you have my shit. When do we have to go down to 15 minutes to get any subdivision in that? Oh, that's earnings, right? That's earnings. Oh, well, so at a 50, with looks like we got a 618 here from another pivot here that I haven't seen. So there's 618 and a 50 with earnings straight up. There's not really much that you could lean into there because you've got. You might be able to work that as a diag. Nope, you can't. Right, so you'd have to do it this way. You'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you can't see those because they're in white. So let's get. So you'd have to do it this way, as perhaps you're going to get a 3 here. So you would need this 4 to come a little bit lower here. So this is not particularly good, Elliott, unless we're going to. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd be forced into a truncation here. I can't say I like that. Here, if you go 1, 2, maybe you don't want to. Then it would be a contracting diag here because you want a leading diag here. So this is a green banana. I don't know what we got here yet. So I'd be a little bit. I'd be mindful of. I don't know. It's not quite right yet. But we've had a reaction. Oh, shit, you're not going to be able to see this. I've had a reaction, and whatever this shape this ends up taking as we come into the structure, I'll take the first retrace off of that. Right. So if this finishes as some sort of an ugly 5 here, it could work here now as a diag, but you don't want now 5 to go much longer because you'd be losing 3 can't be the shortest. So if it's ABC 2, ABC 3, all right. So the setup here, the swing structure implies a diag, but not. We would rather have leading rather than ending, right? So Elliott's not perfect, right? Don't expect it to be. If that comes into a 5, I'm not going to long this 4 to 5, but if I get a retrace, I wouldn't be uncomfortable selling it, especially if I get it in a 3. All right, good stuff there. Okay. What do I got? I got, anti-gravity. I know what I'm about to look at is his color palette. Okay, FUBO was a good one. Thanks, yeah, boy. All right, anti-gravity. All right, he always gives me good content. Oh, did you change your coloring here? Wait, I got to make a copy of this. Okay. AMD. Oh, this is a monster. Yeah, this looks like the NQ. Okay, 1 right in the pocket where we look for it. Beautiful set of median lines here. So this is a modified shift. Modified shift containing this, right? How beautifully that contains the entire move. God, that's gorgeous. 5 off the low. Shallow 2. We are in log, so it would look very different here. It's going to look more to what your eye is attuned to. But given the range here from, Jesus Christ, were we that low? Is that right? Post some split or something had to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, this is nice work, gravity. 1, 2, WXY here. 1, 2. There's the 3. So, boy, that's nice. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2. These are just, so this just fucks me a little bit here. I try and keep the sizes. So it's always a smaller degree rather than bigger. But here, let me just keep going here. Let's go down micro here. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That's too big. Let's go here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. God, you like these big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got impulse, right? So look, so he's accounted for all the impulses here. He didn't label it, but you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that 1. Right, so here's the impulse. Here's the impulse. Here's the impulse. Here's the impulse. So talk about a rip-roaring Elliott count. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. The whole thing's a 5. Right? This is a rip-roaring bull right here. Okay, so we're on a daily. What are we looking for here? Is this creating opportunity for us? Oh, this is nice looking work in here. All right, so what we came up here, we got 1618, the length of, I'm going to guess that's the 1 from the 3. That must be the length of the 1. Oh, here it is. Oh, nice. Look at that. Nice touch. He already put it in there for me. Length of 0 from the 1 projected from the 4, I get 100%. Now I've got 618. I'm not sure what that's from, but we got a technical pivot here. Now this gets very tricky. Look how sexy this is. So this is good work, Gravity. Okay, so he's coming here. We've gone. You got a free fall here, but it's a 3. So your first thought would have been, wait a minute, A, B, C. Oh, I'd put the W here. Right, but it doesn't quite work based on what comes after it. Damn, this is good, but I gotta hide that here. Where are you? I'm not working on. Am I working on the copy? No, I'm not. Okay, I want to just hide it. Okay, so what's clever here is that he figured out how to solve this because look. See, do you see? This is you would have been thinking A, B, C into the W, A, B, C into the X. But it doesn't work, right? Because what comes off of it is a 5. So he's had to kind of work around that and think through, well, if I'm finishing with a 5, how else can I get there? Because I can't go 3, 3, 5 as a WXY. But I can go A, WXY. Because here's the next problem he's got, right? So you've got a 3 here. Here. Oh, I got to change that back to white. All right, so this is just thinking through. This is it's a set of tools here, and he's got to think through how to make this work given the boundaries of that set of tools. So if I need a 3 here, how else can I get there? Well, he nailed it, right? So WXY into the B so that he can finish with a 5, right? So coming down for the 5. So we've got an A, a B, and a C that gives us a W. Now we've got, looks like he's going to have to go A, B, C into a W, A, B, C into an X, and A, B, C into a Y to get the X of this WXY. So that's very, very good work, right? And that takes, you have to study and you have to have worked through some of these before you recognize what your options are there. It takes a little time, a little practice. And doing this kind of a thing exactly, which is why we do it. So now I know, right, how far he's progressed. As I said yesterday, he was good when he got here, but he's just gotten better and better. So now WXY, we got a candidate here, but we need that as a 3. So this is what he's laid out the game plan for. Now, if it falls here, we got to rethink things. But right now, the anticipation is, as long as this holds, I got another 3 that's going in there. Now, does that mean that it's going to happen? Well, of course not. But if you're laying out, looking for a roadmap here, because if it does happen, is he confused about what to do there? All right, he's making it easy on himself. Right, you could fatten this up, right? Say, okay, if I get into this pocket here for my X wave, which would be perfect spot for it. Now, maybe you don't want to take the short, right? Maybe you do, right? So you may be down here saying, here, I'll wait for the 4 to, or the, here, let's take, that's got to go. We got our sizes wrong. WXY gives me that candidate for a 4. So this is a lot of Elliott gymnastics to get to really, right? This is where it gets challenging, right? So really, all we're looking for is a 3 into the 4. That's it, right? But to get there and work that subdivision here takes a little skill, right? You have to have looked at it enough times to where your brain can go, okay, couldn't be that. It might be this. Oh, what if I do that? That's what happens, right? I mean, you've heard me go many times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Right, can't finish it, right? So then you got to rethink it. Oh, A, B, maybe. Oh, wait, no, I finished in a 3, so it could be a WXY. Wait, it finished in a 5, so it can't be that. It's just process of elimination until you get to where, I see it, right? It unlocks. But the first time you approach that, you're like, what the? Well, once you get it, then you unlocked it, right? That's kind of the way I think of it. Like, oh, I just unlocked it here. So now I know what's likely to come next. Not guaranteed to come next, but I can see it. Does that mean that that's coming? Well, it's certainly a nice place to be, to where you've done the work ahead of time. So if this starts to come down here and we're going to finish this, remember, this can't finish as a 5. It has to finish as a 3 per this current count. Counts change all the time. But if that comes down in a 3, that is an absolute must take. Now, you don't have to sit here with a limit order, right? But wait, get the reaction. Look, we'd have fib time here. This would be a perfect, right? 100% length of the W from the X would give you your 100 here at the parallel here. You don't have to be a hero, but that you want. Risk reward, right? So risk reward is beautiful, right? If I'm risking this to make that, again, why would you not take that trade? Gravity's getting pretty damn good. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. Okay, so I think we covered that there. So this is that would be on my radar. Okay, got CN Salazar giving us DocuSign. DocuSign. I use DocuSign all the time, but I don't know how they make their money. I guess corporate. How's the market doing? How's Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin's holding. DocuSign. I haven't looked at this one. What do we got here? Looks like a pretty good uptrend that is now correcting. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. You'd have to go 1, 2 here. So you'd have to put your 4 in here. 5 of the 3. Diag there gets you their B. So you might have to do it that way. Oh shit! I don't know what matters here. So at this point we got our 4 here. So then we finish with the 5. 5 up gives us the 5. What do you do when you have such a large gap? Well, that gap is going to want to get filled, right? That will be a magnet to the market. Market hates a vacuum, right? And that's a vacuum right there. So you would anticipate that at some point, now we know shit, it could be 2 years from now, but at some point that gets filled in. So that becomes a magnet to the market. We just hit the 50. You didn't really, not much there. Oh, looks like you could finish it in 5 here. So let's go down there and look like, whoa. So here's the kickback 1, 2. So you can finish it in 5. Its subdivision looks a little shaky. God, I got monster numbers here. Okay, so let's go see if that can fit. Oh fuck, come here. Why am I having such a hard time here? Come on. What the fuck? My colors, there we are. Okay. That's because when I copy their stuff, right, I get there. Okay, so I can see the potential for this to have finished. Oh, fuck, how are we going to do that? God, can you get this to play as... Put the 5 over here. Nope, I don't think you can, right? So you're going to have to do that. So that's going to be 3, 3, 5. So you're going to have to do this as, fuck, that's a little bit of a... You kind of want to go A, B, C. Oh, here, shit, I don't know that it matters here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So let's play this as this looks like the 5 here. So God, it looks like you want to do this. 3, 4, 5. Get up there. I don't know what that's doing down there. Well, a little dicey up here in that double top. I think you're going to have to do it this way to accommodate this, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so it's a cleaner finish. I mean, you're here. Oh fuck, let's get in there. I mean, why does it matter? Why am I fucking around with this? Because it matters in terms of what the context would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get that A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd have a slight truncation here. I mean, within ticks. Either that, or you've got to do this as a WXY. See, if otherwise, you've got to go A, B, C into a W, A, B, C into an X, and then A, B, C into a Y. So then you're thinking WX, right? Rather than a 2, you're thinking WXY, but we got a 5 that came off of that, so it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit that scenario. So this is interesting, right? So if it is that, and right now you don't really have a clear identifier as to whether that would be. Now maybe if I spent 20 minutes with it, but I don't want to do that right here. The problem with this count here as it is right now is that looks like A, B, C, right? That's what it implies. That's a pretty good impulse with a clean finish. So I'd be cautious because of that, because this is very hard to, how do you have any conviction there? Could be this, could be that. But if you went WX, if you went WX, are you going to turn that into an ABC? I don't think so. It's too good an impulse, right? So I'm be on hold here. If you were trading it, you'd be trading for the B wave here until proven otherwise. So you might get first whiff at it, retrace, then they'd fill it in here. So this would be a good target. Oh God damn it! Come here. Oh, these don't really matter. Let's get it right there. You'd want to see it fill in. So you might get 707 there. Oh, where are you? Yep, there you go. So the trade is to the long side because you've just completed a 5. But I don't know that I'd be looking for new highs here. Right? I'd be looking for that. Not that you can't trade it. Shit, why not? Right? No reason to not trade a B to a C, right? We've got all the ingredients in there. You could do it as a channel, right? How would I do it? Like that. Right? A, B, where's the target? You got a target right down here. Right? Where's that target? Golden zone. There is a method to the madness, right? You don't realize it when you're doing that. You come down here and you go, holy shit, golden zone. That's the higher pivot. Here. Just out of curiosity, it looks like this angle's maybe too narrow. Well, we got outside of it here, cut the edge pretty nicely. Just out of curiosity. No, that wouldn't work. We're too far off. Okay, good one. Nice CN, right? I think that's right. You're going to have to wait, right? So this is a hurry up and wait one, right? Yeah, so that would be on my, I'm watching it watch list, but not ready for action. Good one. Crypto Mountains. Okay, FTM. All right, let's keep going here. All right. Crypto Mountains with FTM. Oh, interesting color palette. I'm always amused by the different colors I get from you guys. So, that's good. So what he did is he took the defaults and then switched to this. So this is his color palette that he likes. So I don't mind that because then you recognize whose charts it are. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it. Okay, so I've got volume, profile, Vegas wave. Okay, I'm going to, even though those are pretty, I'm going to hide them for the time being. FTM to the US dollar tether. Well, one thing this is just a habit I just always do. Well, kind of doesn't matter, right? So something impulsive. This matter doesn't know that it matters, right? So here's a 3, brings us down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's beautiful, nice work on the subdivision. Look at the ABC into the 2 here, very very nicely done. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 3, ABC into the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful. Is there a chart we've looked at today that didn't have the 80% in it? Nope, not one. Not A single one. You think that's coincidence? That's to the tick. I mean, what would we be at now? 15,000 times I've shown that? Gotta be over 3+ years. It's in every chart. So 10, 20 a day over 3 years, do the math. I mean, it's a tick. Good example of why, if you don't want to sit down here and wait for that golden zone here, if you see the start to go, well, now where's my target? Right? When it's down here, you're thinking, oh shit, could it really get there? God, could it get that far? Don't bet against it. So where are we, right? If this is 1, 2, that's not going to be 3. Right? Where's our 3 target? Way up here. Right? So we could not have scripted a better 1. I mean, it's just as technical as it could be. So, okay. Right? How nice, right? So A, B, we're looking for that. 3, 4, 5. Right, it's teed up. Roadmap is right there. It's technical as hell right off the pivot. Is the Elliott at play? How about the algos? How about the geometry? Should this be on your watch list? I would think so. Here's the C we're looking for down here. We may well have the A in. Oh shit, I'm on a 15-minute. Let's get down here. Good God, that is just amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's kind of a crash landing into a consolidation. I would just leave that as the A until force. Right now, that could go deeper. Shit, there's not much left to go. Right here, I'm on a 15-minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. How am I going to get that done? You're going to have to pull the 1, 2 in here. 3, 4, A. That's a 3, so it looks like you might be in the process of doing A is in. A, expand the B, working on a C here of the B. That's a tricky one here, so now we get in there. Let's bring this up a touch. Looks like you might, because there's a 5 here, and I can't go 5, 3. Looks like you might be doing this. A, B, working on that C. You'd rather have that come up a little higher to be ideal. Well, at least come back up here. Give me some of that. You got a little order block right there. Oh, no, I would not. You'd have to. Oh, I just cut it in half. Here, I would use this. Oh, you'd like to see that. That would be ideal to come up a little higher. Right, to get the perfect, right? But really, are you after the short here? I'm guessing not, right? You're looking for the next opportunity to be a buyer. So if we get the retrace, now remember, algo doesn't care about an Elliott count, right? So I would just leave it here. You'd like to at least get up here to these equal highs here, and maybe you get your B in here, come down C, maybe, or 2, excuse me. So this is kind of small. Oh, fuck. Micro. Okay, so something down here looks perfect. We're really down. We're down to 5 minutes. So this is, you could be trading this certainly this week, right? Same thing here. I mean, if this is the A and that's going to be the B, you're not expecting a massive C. Now you might get it, right? I mean, here's the 50, right? We got a high volume node down here, so maybe you get that. Right, that would be, that's what you'd hope for. You may not get that. All right, you come into all this structure here. Right here, this would be just perfect. Consolidation. Boy, if it hits that, this is about to go on the top of my watch list. Right, because we're looking for the 3 here, right? Remember, that's the big kahuna here. Up here. Right, that's why when the purple belt, we want threes and C's. right? If you can just trade those, first you got to identify them correctly, and then you got to trade them, right? So the reason we do that is partly because we want to break that habit, which is so typical. It's just human nature. It's not. It's a discipline that you have to develop, because if you're trading threes and C's, see if you're trading whatever, right? It's very tempting to, you're getting a little profit and you want to take it, right? So if you're trading for the three, are you going to take it right here? You're trying to condition yourself to let the thing run to be a three. Now, it may not be a three, and you might get stopped out, but if it's going to be a three, let it go. That's a very easy thing to say. It's very hard to do, which is exactly why we do it, right? Because we want you to build that muscle to say, okay, I can let it go because I have a target. At least the length of the one, right? So it qualifies as a three. So we're telling you you're going to trade threes. Well, how are you going to qualify it as a three? Well, right? You'd be looking for, ideally, right here. It can be 3, 4. It can be 3. Doesn't have to be the longest. Just can't be the shortest. So, but your anticipation would be at least 100% of the one. Get the 3, right? You're here, right? You're dying to take profit. You're here, you're dying to take profit. Well, I just hit the algo target. Why can't I take profit? Would that be the 3? Nope. Oh, I hit second target. Come on, man. I'm dying to take the profit. Is that going to be the 3? Well, would it? Say we got that. Not yet. Oh, man, it hit the 1, 2, 7s on the outer edge. Can I take it? Well, yeah, that would qualify. But if it does this, right? This is really hard, right? To let it go all the way. That's what bots and algos are for, right? Because we as human beings, the temptation is so overwhelming to take profit, right? That's why they use the algos. All right, great stuff today, guys. That's a good one, Crypto Mountains. Very good. Nice detail work and so for anybody who wants action, right? We started on a 15-minute, right? You could be trading this all week long. Okay, I'm going to finish up with JB Capital, which I don't know what I've got here. Yeah, just a little.
We do have one request whenever you're done.
Oh, sure. I'll do that next. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good on time. God, we're actually ahead of. How's the market doing? Didn't do much. Bitcoin holding. What do I got here? I don't know this one. Near. Looks like it's rocking. Do you know this one, Monty?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it does, but I've traded it. But yeah, it's been fairly strong today.
I got a 15. Let me pull out here a little bit and get some perspective. Oh, okay. Where are we coming from? Well, I think we can go to log scale here, and I don't want that. I want that. Get some context. Oh, we got a lot of history here. Okay, so do I need? Yeah, I want to be in log. Okay, so this looks 4-ish. Well, right. I mean, wouldn't this be the first thing everybody watching this webinar does? Or what are we? We're a live stream. Wouldn't that be the first thing you did? I mean, I'm always curious to see how deep it is if I take it out of log, right? So, be on the 786. Okay, what do we know, right? Looks like you might have to truncate that, which I do very reluctantly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3, A, B, C. Look how boy, what a great example here. Okay, what is our basic, like the foundation of Elliott Wave, right? This is all, really, I would tell you, is all that matters. 5s and 3s, 5s and 3s. Okay, so look at the 3s here after the 5s. I mean, the market is just making it easy here, right? It doesn't always do this, right? Oh shit! Here, I forgot the. Could that be any easier for you? I mean, when you see that, you got to act because it doesn't give it to you that nicely all the time. Mm. 38 right into prior structure, right? How are you not taking that trade? No, I'm just saying that as in not you, anyone watching, right? So a trader, you've got this impulse here after impulse in a 3, then another impulse in a 3. How are you not taking that trade? I mean, somebody's selling it there, right? Looks like it just you're gonna have to truncate there. So you're gonna go this looks like 5. It looks like, oh fuck, how are we doing that? 1, 2. It finishes with looks like we got a clean 5 to finish that. All right, so we got a little puzzle to solve here. Okay, so we can see that's clear as a bell. All right, hard to miss that. Now, can we make it work with that? Well, the problem is we'd be working backwards. So I've got another one here. So this is actually a good example, right? So here's the process, right? You're putting, okay, so here's a 5, here's a 5, here's a 3. Okay, so I got a zigzag sitting right in the middle of this. Okay, so that's going to influence how I got to connect the dots here. Okay, let's get that in yellow. Okay, so I've got a zigzag right in the middle of it. Let's take all this off. Okay, so here's my 3 right here. How am I going to make that fit? Okay, well, if this were the 5, it'd be no problem, right? It would be all good. So I get that here. We get down here. Okay, we're good. Can we make that work, right? We know that's the 3 because that's the 4. Well, let's see. We know where the 1 is, all right? So this is a great example, right? This is perfect example of the kind of shit, you know, as an Elliottician, you're wrestling with, right? Okay, how do I make this work? Is this the top? 1, 2, 3, you overlap. Do we care, right? So it looks like you might be able to get away with it here. So so I've got, okay, here we go. So I'm just trying to make this easy because this is what, when you're learning, this is what you're going through. Okay, so I've got my ABC here. Let's label it. A, I got my B, I got my C. Let's change the color just because I do this because it helps me, and I'm assuming, right, that if you do, well, trust me, if you do this, you won't get lost, particularly if you've got a lot on there, right? So I've got my ABC, I've got my zigzag here. So can I put the 5 here? Well, it doesn't seem to work. So how could I connect 2 zigzags? Well, I would need to connect them by a 3. So how could I do that? ABC. All right, so we put that in yellow. All right, so I got an ABC followed by an ABC. All right. Do we have a solution for that? Fortunately, we do. It's like this is a flat, right? 3 high on the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you got a flat here, 3 into the X, zigzag to follow, right? So right now, was it obvious at first? Well, okay, maybe to the trained eye, but where you started to put it together is like, where are the 3s? Where are the 5s? Is there a way to connect them? I've had a swing, I've had a correction. So I don't want to try and connect anything that's happened here with this, right? This is the correction of that, right? Remember, there's only one thing the market can do: swing, retrace. One side's going to break. That's it. That is all that can happen on a chart, period. Swing, retrace. Is it technical? Is it technical? Right, we're right in the pocket, right where we're looking for it. I've got the conditions that I'm looking for. What comes off of it? Pretty big rip. I hope somebody's already said, well, put the fucking median lines on it. I hope one of you has already just said, what about the median lines? right? That's where I was going next. How'd we do on the 80%? I literally, now I've shown this so many times, I can't imagine anyone posting a chart with 3 pivots and not putting a median line on. I can't even imagine. You got to be completely brain dead as many times as I show this to not do it. To go, well, I don't know those median lines. I don't really pay attention to them. How's that possible if you watch our content? I don't get it. I don't understand how people are not doing that. Can we see a 5 in here? Well, that's a little skinny on the 2. Nice little 3 there. Ooh, that got gnarly. Oh, you might have to connect that, right? So it looks like you'd have to do the 4 over here. If that went down, so you can see the 3 before it comes down. So that might be, oh, it almost doesn't matter, right? It might be WXY, but what do we see here, right? We're going sideways, right? That's how you identify the 4. Oh, whoa, straight up we go, followed by a 3, followed by another 3, followed by another 3. This is a cluster, but you got to look beyond that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So something finished here. Sideways. I might have to do this a little differently. I might have to do it like this. Because I got one too many. Where can I fix this? Oh, can I get that done? I might need that. I might need that 3. WXY. I guess we can do it that way. Yeah, we can. AB. See, so we'd have to do it that way. We'd have to go WXY. I don't really want it there, but that's where I got it. Because that's a 1. 1, there's a 2. I don't really love what I'm getting over here, but you got to go with what's there, right? You got to put these somewhere. Okay, could it be 1, 2? Well, okay, all the conditions are there, right, for that to start, but now we're getting a little funky over here. I'm not sure what's going on, so you got to think it through. So, okay, well, wait a minute, that doesn't quite look like an impulse. I got an impulse here, but that is kind of screwing me up here. So, 1, 2, okay, maybe. Oh, shit, here. So, this has to go all the way off here. JB Capital, I see why you gave me this one here. It's a tough one. What are we doing with that? I don't know what you gave me over here. You're giving me, okay, we'll come back to that. All right, I see. Okay, so here's your count coming off of, we're done here, but how did we get here? All right, so let's isolate here, and we'll try and put it back together. That you just have to ignore that, right? That's some pump wick bullshit, right? So it's just a reality of crypto. Still, we have to deal with that. All right, somebody got bent over there. Sad but true, right? So I can see a 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets a little dicey here. I kind of want to put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WXY into the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I like that. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so there it is. All right, so we got a 5 here. 3, 4, 5. We got. How are we going to do that? That's a 5. Okay, so I see it. All right, so it's A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like we can finish that. Okay, so all the pieces, right? 5s and 3s. That's all we're trying to do. Show me the 5s, show me the 3s, then try and string it together in some logical path that makes sense. We're given the context and the rules and guidelines we get to work with, right? I mean, no, let me rephrase that. The rules and guidelines we choose to work with, right? Because you don't have to do any of this shit, right? We choose to do this, right? Because why? It's not, as I said this yesterday, it's not about being right. Oh, look, I got all these numbers on here and I nailed it. It's about making money. I don't care about being right. I care about being profitable. Right? You make that distinction in your mind. Who fucking cares who's right if you're profitable about the count? That's not our objective is not to get the count right. Our objective is to be profitable. So we choose to do this because, and the reason I teach it is because we believe this is going to help you be profitable. it is definitely one of the more difficult, if not the most difficult way to approach the market, technically. Right? Why do most people bail on Elliott Wave? Right? They do it a little bit, and they don't put enough effort into it, and they go, oh, that's too much of a fucking pain in the ass. What a pain in the ass. I'm not doing all that. I'll just draw some lines. Corrective. So we'd go to shift. Oh, I didn't quite get it there. Modified. Pretty good. Right, because it's correction, right? We would anticipate less of an impulsive structure, which would be what you'd look for in original, right? You'd be looking for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's corrective, we want to look at the modifiers. Shift is where I always start, right? If it's not terrible, but if it's not right on it, then we go to modified shift. Of course, modified shift, I've shown this 1,000 times, is just a channel, right? So that's all it is, right? It's just a channel. Modified shift is a channel. So you can say, oh, I tagged the algo target. Well, you look at this way. Okay. Did the algo get its target? Did the median line, did you get your 80% here? Now look what's come off of that. So once again, what do I have coming off of this? 5, 3, 5. What am I looking for next? 5. If you're right here, I mean, it's funny, right? It's just the reason I can do this every day. This is not about me. It's because the markets all trade the same way. So it doesn't matter if I've seen any of these charts before. It doesn't matter, and it won't ultimately, right? Eventually, you get to the point where fuck, who cares? I don't care. They all trade the same way. I don't care what the asset is. That's why I come on here and I've, oh, well, man, you're going to have to do some research on their fundamentals and the earnings and what's going on in the on-chain metrics, and you're going to have to do all that before you can tackle that chart. No, that's not a true statement. You may choose to do all that. In the same way, we make a choice to go through all of this pain in the ass of numbering all of this. You might choose to do that because you think it's going to make you more profitable, which is the name of the game, not being right. Most traders, I've never, not once in 30 years of doing this, met a trader who's right more than he's wrong. Not one. Not one. How are they so profitable? Well, it's not about being right. Right? So you're going to have to be right occasionally. But when you're right, you got to make so much more. It's so simple in theory. Oh, okay, well, when I'm wrong, I got to take small losses, and when I'm right, I got to let it run. Is there ever been a statement that was easier to say that is more difficult to do? Why? Because as soon as you're in this, you're like, oh shit, I got the green. Oh, fuck, man, I got the zigzag here. I got it all. Here, what's happening here? Fear and greed, right? We all deal with it, right? Fear's on one shoulder, greed's on the other. Oh, it might keep going, but fuck, I don't want to give it back. But it might keep going, but I don't want to give it back. That's why algorithms, systems, software was all done, because we are not good at that. It's a muscle you have to build, because we go, fuck, man, I'm up. Especially if your last trade was a loser. Oh fuck, I gotta get that. I gotta recover from the last one. And it just keeps, right? Why would it be prone to keep going? Because taking the profit early is the first mistake. Now, is that early? That may not be early, because now I look at it. We don't really have much subdivision here. Okay, but here's your target, right? Now, you're not always going to get in the pocket, although you're going to get it a hell of a more often than not. Are we there yet? No. What are we running into? Right? You might just look at it and say, wonder why it's stopping there. Now, is it stopping there? We don't know that it is, but if it is stopping there, what's the first thing we'd look for? Wonder, did it get through the algo? Yep, got through. Okay, so I got through one. Okay, that's a good sign for a bull. Now, all the more I don't want it. Well, I might want to check that one, but that's the big resistance right there. Right? Can I get that far? Well, probably not on this leg. Maybe. So at this point, if you got right here and you're at the 50, you're into all of this structure here. Let me draw this out. But you're looking here and say, oh shit, well, it struggled up here last time. Right? Looks like maybe that was just a grab for breakout. Here's exactly what happened here. Breakout traders who are oblivious to the algo buy right into it. Boom. Did they get faced? Yeah, they got faced. Did it get to target? Yeah. Oh, so now we go the other direction. Was there an opportunity here? I don't know, man. That thing came down pretty hard. I don't know if I want to take that. All right, right in the pocket. All right, you're not always going to get it on a golden zone. You want to start looking as soon as it gets there. Do I have a 3? What's it? Well, I wasn't sure it didn't quite, but I really wanted to see a 3. Did I have a 3? I can't take that trade for you. I can just show it to you 10,000 times to where on 10,001 you go, yeah, okay, I get it. Now, did you know that was going to do that? Right, of course not. Right, it could easily done that. Well, okay. What's the risk reward here, right? So this you got to do this enough times to where you go, oh, fuck, okay, I get it now. Okay. All right, let's use, oh shit, here we'll use 786. Oops. Okay, this should not be confusing. Okay, why would I want to do that? Okay, what's my risk reward? So how many times can I be wrong here? This is going to happen more times than not, which is why you have to let that fucker go. Because if you're doing this, what'd you get? Oh shit, man, I just wanted to get to the first algo target. Okay, well, I got 2.79 to 1. But the problem with that is all the times that it's going to do that, and you're going to get stopped out. Fuck, I knew that, and then it's going to do that, right? And you have to have the discipline to say, if I get stopped out here, oh, maybe it's going to go golden zone. So now are you willing to take it there? Well, if you just got, hammered because you bought it up here and your stop was down here and you got crushed here, well, no. But if you took it here with a tight stop, right, and you're out here, now it comes a little bit lower. Now, can you take it again? Is there a reason for you to take it again? Well, what is the risk reward going to change? It's probably better. Probably better. Now I'm 15 to 1. Well, but I did it last time and I got stopped out, so I'm a little gun shy. If you don't take it, I can almost guarantee it'll do that. Why? Because it gave it to you, and you, for lack of a better way, you pussied out, right? Because, oh, fuck, I was afraid. Scared money never prospers. Never. You cannot be in here and be scared. You got to respect how quickly the market will take. Right? Market gives reluctantly. It takes aggressively. Right? So which is why at the end of the day, I've said this 1,000 times, you could flip a coin with good money management and be profitable. On the assumption that when you're right, you let them go. Right? If you flip heads and you take profit you got to put the pieces together. When I'm right, literally, trading 101. Okay, well, you got to cut your losers quickly and let your winners run. Easy to say, right? Get some real money involved here. Get up $5,000 here, and you realize there's another 10 on the table. Ooh, I want that 5. Oh, it could be 500. There's another grand on the table. What am I going to do?
All right, let's get ALGO. And Pedro asked for ALGO USDT.
I guess I can just type it.
Well, you've got one up there, top left.
I was going to say, I've been tracking that.
Yeah, top left up there.
I've got to count on this.
Yeah, he's asking, is the big leading diagonal still playing out? Is the wave 4 complete?
This is what I had. Okay, so if this is, it was a little funky in the A wave, but if we're coming down here, this is count, right? So this is the trade I'm in. So I showed this actually to everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have the ingredients, right? So what was the setup here, right? Do you see all that wick rejection there? So we've overlapped the 1. So clearly, right, we have to trade it as a diag here. So coming down as a 3, we're looking in this particular case, we're connecting, right? So we have to look at both of these. So we have to go from the 1 through the pivot of the 3. right? So this is two things happening here. There's this, because we're very technical here. We came into that structure here. But well, let's see, I would do it this way. That, and then I would put this on top of it and say, what's the confluence look like? All right, so I've got a golden zone and a 50 right here. So thus I think that should be just a little bit lower right here. So this ends up, first target here, I've got 13 to 1. If I get that, right? So I've got do you see here, it creates multiple targets up here, but this is for a fifth, not the third. And we're doing it through a series of ABCs, ABC, ABC, right? So the potential here is real. Now this has broken, let's see, because I'm in log scale, that's why. So if I clone this, I guess we had it already here. I'm kind of looking like that. To get that corner here, now where's the potential add? I want to get through, and then I want to come back for the retrace, right? So if you're not in it, right, or you're not sure, okay, let's wait and see here. There's the setup, because now I'm looking for the 3 of the 5, right? Now we're anticipating to do it in an ABC because to stay consistent. So you might get more in that A if we're going to get there. Right, you might get something along. I mean, you don't know, right? I'm looking for a good A wave. I mean, here you would have been thinking, oh, 3, 4, oh, but it was all part of a diag, so you had to adjust on the fly. I think that's a 1618 if I'm not mistaken here. This A. It looks like it just missed it. Right here. So we come into that pocket here. So this is pretty nice area here to be looking. Now we're not out of it yet, so this this is very small because I'm looking for a second. I forgot I put this on. I'm looking for the add on the pullback. All right, and we're looking for a clean. Ideally, you'd get a nice 5 here in your A, B, C. Get up to target. 13 to 1, not bad. Right, so don't feel like you've missed the trade by any means here, right? So the real clearing comes when it breaks. Right? First, let's break the channel. There's the Vegas wave here, right? Now, what comes here? I'm looking for some sort of 5 to get out of here. Well, that was easy when I already had it teed up with a trade on it. I would have given you that one for just coming to join us. All right, so that's pretty good. You could give that a little more time. Whoa, here's the next hurdle it's got to get through. Right up here. All right, gets through that. That would be a great retrace back to it, right? All this structural resistance. All right, anything else we got?
No, just special thanks to, we got a tip from Crypto Tweety.
Oh, thanks, Crypto Tweety.
He said Sam and Monty had lunch on me and gave us $100. So.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man. That was very nice of you. Oh, cool. Well, we owe him a nice analysis. So next time, let us know what you'd like to look at. Okay, looking good. All right, guys, thanks so much. So tomorrow, do not miss. You got Money Crypto tomorrow on Wednesday, where you get a different approach to this. It's equally technical. It's just he's got his own approach. Very, very popular amongst members, right? So they really have gravitated to that. So it's something to catch. It's not that we're ignoring the Elliott there. It's just a very unique approach to geometry and long-term support and resistance. So I encourage you to catch that. With that, I'll be back on Friday for Bitcoin Friday. It'll be an interesting one. See how we end the week. And with that, I wish you guys a good day, good trading. All right, let's be smart about things, right? Money management. Name of the game is to stay in the game. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you. I'll be back on Friday. Don't miss Money Crypto tomorrow. Talk to you later.